daycare preschool contest, it also enhances the child's well-being. Daily diaries can be used for daily evaluation of the children's social skills for individuals, and not only that, for the entire class, for which the makers can use on the children's hands as a means of encouragement, and that symbolize the goal behavior, that symbolize the good behavior. So, what is the main purpose of this maintaining the daily and weekly registers is so that whatever day by day our purpose, whether it is fulfilled or not, by seeing this uh, diary, we can come to know if we need any improvement in that, we can go for that. That is the purpose, and that for that only we'll maintain the diary. This is the importance of diary. This is daily diary. When it comes to the weekly diaries, the teacher lists key abilities of social and study skills that are evaluated at the end of every week. Instead of noting down every minute details happened in the classroom, the teacher that does evaluate the child progress towards the goals. For example, self-feeding skills and learning of the concept or a story. So this is about weekly diaries. So weekly diaries list will note the key abilities of social behavior, and not only that, it helps in to know the study skills which we can evaluate at the end of the week. Uh, at the end of the week, which is maintained in the classroom. It not only that, it will helps to evaluate whether there is a progress in the child uh, thing or not, whether we have achieved the goal or not. This is the importance of the weekly diaries. So, this is about daily registers and weekly diaries. And when it comes to the evaluation reports, most daily and weekly evaluation address work habits and social growth. Weekly evaluation of the above may not be sent to the parents about the development and progress of their child, and get it signed and can be preserved as a documentation. And the copy that is sent to the home may be retained by the parents for their references. So this is a evaluation report. So evaluation is mostly the daily and weekly evaluation address work habits and social growth, and weekly evaluation of the above may be sent to the parents about the development and progress of the children, and get it signed and can be preserved as the documentation. And our next thing is portfolios. What is a portfolio? It is an important communication tool about which the children learning things, but also it also provides the evidence to support the teacher conclusions about the children's strengths, skills, and capabilities. And it not only that, it contains a selection of observation notes related to early learning indicators, learning goals, curriculum expectations. So this portfolio is consists of proper information regarding these students, and it also has indicators, and not only that, it helps us to whether progression is going in a particular level or not, whether we have achieved the goal or not. It can be help it can be done with the help of this portfolio. And not only that, some observations notes may be checklist kind of information, and it should be with a detailed description of that children said or did. So it has to be maintained according to the roll numbers. And not only that, additional information to support the observation notes could be a photos or the picture of child demonstration the activities which will pertaining to the concept goal and the work sample that shows the children's performance. So this portfolio will show the overall performance of the children, and not only that, it helps to us whether we are going in a particular level to achieve our goals or not. In other words, and these also should represent the typical child's work and some magical or shining moments of unique way of demonstrating the child skills or learning. And following can be included in the portfolio. What are the things that has to be included in the portfolio? The working samples, the responses to reading experience, mathematics problem solving, creation that require the mathematical understanding, scientific explorations and self reflection, and art drawing samples. These are the things which we have to include in this portfolio. So what are the things which we have to include in the portfolio? The writing samples, and the responses to reading experiences, mathematical problem solving, creations that require the mathematical understanding, scientific exploration, self-reflection, and art drawing samples. These are the things which we have to include in the portfolio. When it comes to the assessment, as everyone knows, this assessment plays a major role, and it is essential, and it is an integral part of any program. So it has to be ensured that program is a child centered, not a teacher centered, and the experience and the activities are planned according to the level of the children. It gives an insight in the children's interest, achievements, and possible difficulties in their learning, and teaching can be planned according for the progression of learning. In order to know effectiveness of program to the development needs of the children, it is essential to maintain their developmental levels and planning. The purpose of this assessment is to give useful information about the child's learning and development to the teachers providing the program, as also the children and their families. So this is the importance of assessment. And not only that, it ensures to learn early identification of development delays, special education needs, and special abilities. Assessment contributes to evaluation, revision, and development of programs. The assessment of children should be a formative, as everyone know. The assessment uh, evaluation is a process, assessment is a tool. So I'm repeating it again. Evaluation is a process, assessment is a tool. Usually we'll be having two types of assessment: the formative assessment and the summative assessment. The formative assessment is a not having proper structure. At any time you can take it, whether it is oral or anything, according to our uh, goals. When it comes to the summative, it is having for some particular structure, it is having some flexible timings in order to achieve our goals that may be related to the academics. So assessment is a tool and the evaluation is a process. And after the Telangana formation, as everyone knows, we are following CC pattern, that is continuous comprehensive evaluation. That means the child has to be continuously has been checked by the educator to know whether the progression is going in a sequence level wise or in according to our plan or not. So assessment of children should be formative and continuous, and should be from experience of curriculum that recognize and strengthen the learning, and also addressing the development and learning gaps. So the curriculum, as everyone knows, it should be continuous. It should be a continuous. And as everyone knows, the curriculum is designed on three patterns: this found philosophical pattern, psychological pattern, and the sociological pattern. When we are designing any curriculum, it should be based on the three factors. Suppose when we see the foundations of education, then we'll come to know what is the main concept behind it. When we'll see the psychological thing, according to the level we have to plan, according to the individual and society, according to the individual level we have to plan. When it comes to the sociology, according to the society, according to the needs of the community, we have to prepare the curriculum. So these everything has to be planned in the proper way, so that whatever goals we want to achieve, it has to be fulfilled. So um, the curriculum has to be recognized and has to be designed in the proper way to strengthen our learning, and also addressing the developmental and our learning gaps. Therefore, the teacher has to maintain the proper portfolio of the children containing their works, including the art, writing, and the other activities. And not only that, the checklist of students has to be maintained, and the observation notes to be maintained, and not only that, the parent teacher meeting notes. So whenever we are conducting these parent teacher meetings, student wise, we have to maintain one book. In that book, we have to make a format of different things as a checklist, and we have to show to the parents with our with proper communicating with the parents. We can see a little bit change in the progress of the child when they'll come to the next parent teacher meeting. Every childhood assessment is comprised of three interrelated essential components, like documentation. What is meant by documentation here? Nothing but data collection. Evaluation. what to be comparison to a standard communication with the family, and sharing the both progress and performance. And when it comes to the documentation, the child observation and the program assessments are essential for high quality child programs in order to get a comprehensive understanding. What is meant by comprehensive here? The complete understanding. Our main aim is the holistic development. What is the holistic development? What is meant by overall development? Whether it is psychologically, physically, and emotionally, in all the aspects, we have to see the progression of the student, not only in the academics. So comprehensive means complete understanding of the child development, and understanding the different strategies that are compressive should be used, and unique talents, interest, knowledge, skills, and the progress are documented by observing, collecting, and reviewing the child's growth over time. So by seeing the particular data of particular children, we will come to know the at the end of the level in what category he is good at, so that we can allow them to enhance in that particular category of the skill. So assessment involves observing the child's regularly and collecting the child's work. All this provides the teacher clues to know the knowledge of the child and what not to be teach. Then when it comes to the evaluation is the next step in assessment, in comparing the gather the information of each child to that of standards, and these steps enables the teacher to guide the instructions, evaluate the teacher strategies, track the child's progress, and identify the children with the specific needs who require interventions or services. So this is a evaluation. So evaluation after proper planning, when after doing our like learning experience, uh, we'll come to evaluation at the end now. So during that process we'll come to know what we have to do to the next level. And family communication also plays a major role. The parents and family always wanted to know the progress of child and should appreciate the specific examples of the progress of the child, and talking with the families about the standards, sharing the child's work samples, and using the certain checklist methods, and differentiation between the performance and the progress or the ways to ensure the families which are shown in your textbook as a correct picture of the child's learning. So when it comes to the 3 to 4 years child, what are the domains we have to see in the development uh, category? What is that? The name of the children has to be maintained, the name of the mother, the name of the father, age of the child, date of the enrollment, name of AWC, and the name of the project. So suppose when we are taking the domain developments to the age category of 3 to 4 years kid, what are the things we have to consider? Means name of the children, name of the mother, name of the father, age of the child, date of the enrollment, date of AWC, and name of the projects. And not only that, this profile is to know the development of the children as per the domain, and every child should be assessed for 3 times in a year: last week of July, December, and first weeks of April. I'm repeating it again. The profile is to know the development of children as per the domains, and not only that, every child should be assessed for 3 times in a year, that is the last week of July, December, and the first 2 weeks of April. And our next thing is assessment of development. So when it comes to the physical assessment, in that is one more domain here. So what are the important points to be considered when it comes to the physical development? So and it has to be divided into 3 terms above. So we are taking one domain, physical, and regarding the development we are seeing. So we will divide into 3 terms: first, second, and third term. So in the physical term, first we have divided into again 10 subtopics. The first one is some 10 sub activities. The first one is jump at place with the both legs, make them to walk forward and backward, throw and make them to catch a big ball, kick a ball, stringing the beads, use the pegboards with pegs, and scribbling on the papers, and demonstrating the tripod graphs and colors within a picture outline. So in this way we can test the physical development of age of a kid related to 3 or 4 years, and that it has to be maintained as 3 terms, that is first term, second term, and the third term. And why we are dividing it into 3 terms? We want to see whether the progression is there. So suppose in the first term the kid is not doing the well, maybe we can see the progression in the second term. Suppose in the second term the kid is not doing the well, we'll see the progression in the third term. At that time also, if the kid is not in a proper way, then what are the things we have to do to that particular kid, why he is lagging in that physical activity. We can sit with the parent, we can take the suggestion of the parents, then we can we'll come to know what we have to do for that, for proper progression or for proper improvement of that particular kid. This is related to the physical development. When it comes to the personal, social and emotional development, and not also that also we can categorize into different things like separation separates with parents easily and participates in the activity, use the toilet independently, follows the daily routines to keep oneself that is neat, and follows the simple rules, express the feelings through appropriate gestures, and waits for turn, and learns to take care of classroom property, engage in the interactive playway and share things with the others, and demonstrates the good manners and show the empathy towards the others. You know what, empathy, showing some kind of kindness toward the others. So when if you want to see the progression in these domains like social and emotional, these activities has to be conducted, so that we'll come to know whether there is a progression in the particular domain or not. That also has to be divided into three terms, that is first term, second term and the third term. When it comes to the language, so these kids these language, when it comes to the language is a it helps in proper communicating with the kids. Language plays a major role. So when it comes to the language, now as we are talking about 3 to 4 years students, uh, that too particularly about the language, listen and responding to the other, whether he is listening and responding to the other adults or the peer group or not, that has to be noted. That has to be noted again in the three terms, that is first term, second term and the third term. And whether he is able to follow our instructions whatever we are giving, he is able to follow the rules whatever we are passing. And next thing is engaging in communication clearly, confidently in the home language. Make them to talk in the home language, that is mother tongue, so that he can interact easily with the other peer groups. And not only that, make them to express in words their likes and dislikes. Every kid is unique. They are like a white paper. On what we'll write, it will become their destiny. So it is our responsibility. We should know their likes and dislikes. According to that, according to their interest, we have to see give we have to allot the activity, so that we can see the proper progression in their children and that particular children. And repeating the sounds and songs. So this helps in making them attend to, and not only that, it helps in to make them to ready for the readiness of reading or that things. And not only that, identifying the sounds in the environment, showing some pictures. And as everyone know, we in this age we have to follow LSRW method. First listening, speaking, reading. At the last, we have to get the writing skill. So LSRW method, make them to listen the things, make them to speak, allow them to speak their likes and dislikes. Then make them to start reading. Then at the last, we have to make them to write. It has to be maintained in this sequence: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Answer about story elementing and setting the events and characters, so that they'll come to know some concepts by seeing the that things. And make them to draw something, whatever they want to scribble. Uh, Allow them to write whatever they want to write on the paper, so that they'll start communicating with the uh, teacher by thinking she as a mother, so that we can see the proper development among the students. And not only that, he or her she should recognize name by sight. These helps in the enhancing the language skills. So in order to enhance the language skills, these are the things the educator has to follow. That is, first one is LSRW method, and related to the LSRW method, we have to plan certain activities. Suppose 1 week we have to plan the listening activity. Then we'll come to know whether the first days we should make them to ready for that. Then we'll come to know which candidate is not able to have a proper attentive to listening. Then we have to go for speaking. Then we have to go for reading. But then we have to go for writing, and that too it has to be maintained in the three terms: first term, second term, and third term. Then what are the approaches, what are the strategies, what are the methods we have to follow in order to make them towards learning. Learning is a continuous process here. Learning is not mean to get the related to the academics. Learning is nothing them make them to know something, make them to know regarding the awareness of the environment. So awareness, they are able to share, they are able to communicate, they are able to express their opinions. That should be the strategy there, not getting the marks now. At that age they need proper communicative and language skills. So what are the approaches we have to follow in order to make them to create the interest towards the learning? So what are the activities we can plan regarding this learning? So learning, it shows the interest in various experiences. So as uh, according to our uh, innovative activity only, the child will show the interest. With that interest, at the end he will be getting some experience. So our activity is going to show impact on their experience, so it plays a major role. And not only that, ask many questions about a topic. So nowadays, before it was teacher centered, there the teacher used to play active role. Nowadays it becomes a child center, learner center. Now the teacher is the only facilitator. So you provoke different questions regarding one topic, make them to come out with their own ideas, make them to come out with their own opinions. Even though they are the small kids, allow them to come with their own questions. Don't restrict anything. So no, it should be open minded, not to be closed question. Don't say it is as for this particular question you will be having this particular answer. It is not a sort of thing. So every kid is unique, every kid is having some creativity, every kid is having some interest. So make them to come out with their open minded answers. Allow them to ask the questions, allow them to answer whatever they want to give. So let them to have some freedom, as if as we are the facilitators. Now initiate the games and activities with the other children and repeat the preferred task. You should have some task and focused on the specific task for a longer period of time, 5 to 10 minutes, and tries a difficult task, and that task has to be divided into small bits, and tries a difficult task several times for 5 or 10 times. Suppose if you feel it as one task is not worked properly, then make it into small bits. Small each task you confirm one type of domain or one goal setting. Then you go to the big task after completing that one. And not only that, you have to use the different objects in different ways. Engage them in pretend the play with other children, draws the connecting lines and creates the images, choose the music he or she likes. So these are the approaches towards the learning. So what are that approaches? Shows the interest in various experience, ask many questions about the topic, and initiate the games and activities with other children, repeats the preferred task and focus on the specific task for longer period of time, 5 to 10 minutes, and tries a difficult task several times for 10 to 5 to 10 minutes. Use the objects in different ways and engage in the pretend play with other children, draws the connective lines and creates the image, choose the music or he or she likes. These are the approaches towards the learning. When it comes to the cognitive, we have different domains according to the our goal achievement. We are moving to one level to the another level. So When it comes to the cognitive, what are the things we have to concentrate? What are the activities? In what way we can check the cognitive skill of the children? So when it comes to the cognitive, uh, match the objects of similar objects. So similar shapes. Suppose if you want to show the shape, you show in terms of pictures, and that is the first level. Suppose in order to test the cognitive domain, first suppose you are taking one activity, matching the objects of the similar shapes. So what are the first level thing you will do? You will show the pictures of having different shape. That is the first level. They are able to recognize it. After recognizing, what you will do, you will make them to recite. You make them to repeatedly telling what is that shape, whether it is oval, whether it is a rectangle, whether it is the square or something like that. That is the second level. When it comes to the third level, make them to match by seeing the picture, so that the forever the kid will not forget that. So this is one activity, matching the objects of similar shapes or different shapes. This is in this way you can make the child to recollect the different shapes of the things in their mind by seeing these pictures. The next activity identifies the objects by basic colors. Uh, so first, when we are doing in the first level, what we have to do, colors. First, what activity will start for these colors? Suppose uh, 1 week will take one color, suppose red color. So that Saturday will celebrate the red color day. During that red color day, we will tell to all the students to bring red color related things what they'll find in their room. So parents will be sending the red color things. So and not only that, we will tell them to wear the red color dress or something like that. We will do the activities related to the red color objects only on that day. At the end of the day, the kid will be getting the idea of getting the identification or recognition of red color. In this way, if we are doing this different sort of activities like green color, blue color, one week, one color, so that they can able to recognize the different colors. At the end of that month, we have to make them to identify the objects by basic colors, so that they can remember that things forever. This is the one sort of activity we can make them to recognize the basic colors. Then so that is identifying the objects by basic color. Then when it comes to the third one, how sorting the objects by colors and shape. So first level, we made them to see the shapes and the colors. Then the next level, we'll make them to sort the objects by their colors and the shape. This is the next method. Then the fourth one is identifying the common objects and pictures in the environment. So what are the common objects which the kid has going through in in her or his surroundings? That is the activity. Then our fifth activity, recognizing and copying the simple patterns. So at this level, the main things which we have to concentrate main when it comes to the cognitive is recognition and recitation. These two things plays a major role. First is recognition and second is recitation. These two things plays a major role. So whenever we are doing any activity, we have to make them to recognize that. Then we have to make them to allow to speak in the form of recitation, and then we have to make them to go for the cognitive using their mind mapping skills, so whether it is a simple pattern or not. So our fifth activity, which we are calling it as recognizing and copying the similar pattern, that is one more activity which comes under the cognitive domain. When it comes to the sequences, three pictures of a story in a order. Suppose by taking the three pictures, we'll take three pictures. Suppose one crocodile story is there. In that crocodile story, monkey is there, crocodile is there, one river is there. Like that, we will sort out the pictures on one A4 size paper. We'll paste that pictures on A4 size paper, and we'll name it as 1 2 3. Suppose one will suppose we have taken the picture of the river. Suppose in that we'll tell something about how the river will be, or how the pond will be, what are the things which will see surrounding to this pond or water things. Is it it consists of how many types of animals or creatures inside that, like that we'll start. Then we'll go for saying about the crocodile. Then we'll go for saying something about monkey, and then we'll start with the conversation between the monkey and crocodile. Then we'll tell the character of monkey and crocodile. In this way we can, along with the different things, we can make them to know the moral values, and we will highlight the theme of that story. In this way, by sequential arrangement of pictures, we can tell the story. From that story, the child is able to recognize many things. Along with that, they will be getting some moral values. And then, in order to have a proper vocabulary, what we have to do? What are the uses of vocabulary, and what we have to do in order to have proper vocabulary which comes under the cognitive domain? What is that? First I will take it as they are able to know what is more or less. They are able to compare big or small. They are able to know far near things. They are able to recognize rough and smooth surface. They should know what is up and down. In order to know these different things, like more, less, big, small, far, near, rough, smooth, up and down. In order to comparison these things, we should do some activities. Like, I'll tell one example. Make the students to stand in two lines according to their height, according to their height. So in one level, make them to show uh, height differences, and like that you can show the differences with in the more or less like thing. And not only that, show the different objects which show the smooth surface and the rough surface, so that by touching they can able to sense that thing now, so that they can remember that thing, what is the rough surface and what is the smooth surface. Like that, only by doing different activities, when we are doing the different activities, then only the kid will be attempt to, and then only it makes the kid to make them to ready for the reading skill. So in order to make them to enhance their vocabulary skill, we have to do all this sort of activities with the children. So it provoked the even the interest among the students. And not only that, by doing these activities, by telling the stories, we can inculcate the good values among the students. And uses of appropriate vocabulary, not only under the uses of appropriate vocabulary, we can do the many activities which are related to the morning, evening times, late and early hours, and ask the questions: what, why it has happened like that, why it was happened like that. This sort of questions has to be. And make them to identify the left and right. These are the things which comes under the cognitive. Uh, so the when it comes to the recognition, shapes, then when it comes to the second one, recitation, then we have to do all these sort of activities, like matches the objects of similar shapes, identifying the objects by basic colors, and sorting the objects by colors and shapes, and making them to identify the common objects and features in the environment, and make them to recognize and copy the simple patterns, and arrange some sequence of pictures, tell the story. And not only that, in there are certain activities which can enhance their vocabulary skills related. That activities related to show the comparison or differentiate between more or less, big or small, far or near, rough or smooth, up and down. And not only that, what is the activities they are going to do in the morning and evening, late and early. And not only that, when we are doing all this, tell them to ask some questions, what and why. This helps them to identify different things, which helps in the increasing, enhancing their cognitive domain. And whatever we have done, which different things, like we have maintained the daily diary and evaluation reports, and we did some different types of assessment which shows the performance of children age according to the level wise, and that we have maintained in one record according to the month wise, according to the day wise. This is regarding to the 3 to 4 years children. When it comes to the 4 to 5 years children, the domains of development will be the name of the child, the same pattern as we have followed in the 3 or 4 years kid. Name of the child, name of the mother, name of the father, age of the child, and name of the project. And this profile has to be know the development of child as per the domains. And every child should be assessed for 3 times, as we have followed in 3 to 4 years, that it divided into 3 terms, like it has last week of July and December and first 4 weeks of April. Same we have followed in for 3 to 4 years now, like that only even we have to follow for 4 to 5 years kids. So what are the domains we are seeing here? Socio personal and emotional thing is a first domain here to this 4 or 5 year students. Takes and gives, share the toys during the play, demonstrating the self-help skills, talks freely about the family and other people, expressing the needs and the feelings, sensitive to needs, feelings to others, understand what is right, wrong, and why, overcomes shyness and interactive more playfully, identifies the emotion. These are the things which we'll see under the socio-personal and emotional. This plays a major role as they are 4 to 5 years. We have to be very alert with this kids, and we have to concentrate on this by doing this sort of activities. When it comes to the physical thing, and when it comes to the physical thing, more safely with confidence around, forward, and backward, walks on the toes, uh, tears as per the shape, and has a pencil grip, and joining the dots, like these sort of activities. Suppose we have given numbers or any word, we'll give it as dots, and we will make them, we'll give the instruction to that student to join that dots, as while doing, they'll be, it provokes somewhat of interest among the students. Not only that, along at the end of doing, they'll come to know how it will be the final thing. So, handle the tools, objects, and construct safely with the basic control, and which runs fast about the 5 meters. Make the running activity, so that also we can see whether there is a physical development in that particular child or not. And not only draws the vertical, horizontal, and curved lines, and make them to know what how the vertical line will be, how the horizontal one. As everyone knows, at the starting level only will be showing the what is meant by standing line, sleeping line, all those things. Then only at that time only the kid will be having a little bit idea what is meant vertical and horizontal. But at this next level, we'll make them to know what is the vertical and what is there. In the first level, we'll make them to tell it as standing and sleeping level. But now we will give the word it as vertical and horizontal level. If you say the, suppose when we want to tell about the some noun means, at the starting level we will make them to know some names of the object. Then that is giving the names, or giving some statements, we call it as nouns now, like that only. According to the level, we'll go for this. And not only that, making them to scribble in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, that also will help them to enhance their physical development. These are the activities which comes under the physical development. And when it comes to the different aspects of development, to this kids of 4 to 5 years, language skill, as usual, as we have seen in the 3 to 4 years children, the LSRW method. Then first we have to start with the listening skill, then we have to go for speaking, then reading, at the last we have to come to the writing skill. So our activities, whatever we are conducting, it has to be go in this sequence only. The what that too we have planned term wise now. So, and we have to check whether there is a progression in of that particular children. By comparing these 3 levels, at the end we have to see whether our goal is achieved or not. So the next is what are the activities to be conducted under this language skill? So listen listens with the increasing attention and responds with the relevant questions, make them to make a comments and allow them to do whatever action they want to do, so that they can increase their language skill, make them to speak clearly and confidently, make them to don't give any restrictions or regarding the structure of sentence. Then if so I mean to say that make them to speak confidently without any interruption. It develops the awareness, and not only that, it helps to increase their vocabulary. When by telling the small story based on the pictures using the grammatical structures, that too it has to be maintained in the proper sequence. So these sort of activities are going to enhance their language skills. And not only that, when we are using the language, a proper language, they can they can um, uh, and even we have to test whether they are able to recite whatever words we are repeating or not. And not only that, use the language to imagine during the role play. And uh, and uh, and not only that, it represents the idea through drawing and pictures, reads their written names. So these are the things which comes under the language skill. So in order, and it has to be go on in particular level that we have planned already before it as LS or W method. First 1 week listening activity we have to do, then we have to go for speaking activity, then we have to go for reading activity, at the end we have to go for writing activity. In this way, the progressions of the child should be maintained, that too in the 3 terms. We have divided it as first term, second term, third term of each kid. And not only that, particular child progression is or not, we have achieved or not, at the end of that also we have to check. This is about regarding the language skill. When it comes to the school reading, and in order to make them to ready for this reacting with the peer group, what are the uh, uh, school readiness, how we can make the child to ready to the school? So in what way we can make the child ready to school? Make awareness that the print is ready from left to right, links the sound for letters, and make them to enjoy writing, and make them to allow to join the date dots of any letters. And that has to be done in the proper way, so that they can achieve the our holistic development at the end. When it comes to the cognitive, what are the activities we have to do for this cognitive skills to of age of 4 to 5 years? What are that things? So make them to ask question about why it happened, so how the things happen, so that they'll start thinking. In this way we can enhance the cognitive skill of that particular kid. So asking the question, making them to provoke the question, and allowing them to ask the questions, allow them to answer the question, allow them to interact confidently and properly with the peer and with the educator, will help them to enhance their cognitive skills. And not only that, give at least 2 responses on how to solve any problem. Give one problem and tell them to allow them to respond to that problem, so that they increase their challenging by saying their responses. In this way we can enhance the cognitive skill. And use the tools for investigation in the environment, observe and examine the natural events in the process, can and the sequence the story up to 5 levels. Before we have started to 3 to 4 years kids, we have started with the 3 pictures. Now for this 4 to 5 year students, we can go up to the 5 levels, understand about the present, past and the future. That is, we can't tell to the students as a present, past and future words. We can use it as yesterday, today and tomorrow. In this way we can make them to enhance their cognitive skills. And allow them to sort the things, sorting the objects or sorting the things properly, and allow them to match the different pictures, make them to classify the things on basis of their differences. Don't give particular structure to that. According to their thinking, they will be allowed to do their activity. And that too, it happens with the help of the support of the teacher educator only. What are the approaches to what we have to plan for this 4 or 5 years to students towards learning? What is that? It shows interest in the new experience with the other children, and to this level you have to ask the high level questions, and initiates an activity and puts them into the practice. Just planning the activity is not enough. So every student has to participate in that. So you have to give the proper initiation and proper motivation so that it get into the practice. At the end of the practice we'll be getting one feedback of the particular children, and if we need any change in the uh, changeover of the activity we can do, and at the next level we can see the change, little bit change in the performance of the child. In this way the approach towards the learning has to be done, and make the decisions regarding their own self, and focus on the task with the increased attention for 30 minutes, and can ignore the interruptions. So don't fix anything. The child don't have, you are not supposed to have any expectation from the kid. The kid has to do like that. Don't keep that sort of expectation. Whatever the child is responding according to the situation, according to the task you have given, allow them to speak openly, so that that means we have to ignore the interruption. We should not we have to ignore the other things. Our main attention should be towards our goal achievement, that is the holistic development of the kid. Then try a difficult task several times for the 10 to 15 minutes, and begin with experiments with the objects in unusual way, and choose the music he or she likes. In this way we can increase approach of this that is towards the learning thing. This is this thing we have done for this 4 to 5 year students. And then the same way we have to make one format month wise, and that too year wise we have to maintain a number of days the student has attended, and that at the end we'll come to know the improvement or performance of the kid, and we can talk with the parent regarding this in our parent teacher meeting. If according to by the these two conversation, next level what the child needs, that can be noted, and the next level, at the next level we have to follow that thing we have to do. This is regarding to the 4 to 5 year children. When it comes to the these are the registers, we have the statistical registers which we have to maintain regarding the students academic things. When it comes to the staff and the students personal profiles, it is necessary that school should have much information on every one of the teachers and students as possible. These records provides the current and the fast hand information and the staffing as well as the students information. It makes it to use easy to locate the teachers or the students relatives during the emergency. And for this also we have lesson note and plan has to be done by the teacher. It gives the information on what the teacher want to plan to the students at any period of time, and not only that, the teachers help help the preparedness of the teachers, and her level of competency, and challenges of the teacher faces for the task at hand. In this way, if the teacher is planning before, it helps them to overcome these things like uh, uh, difficulties which she'll face according to the differences of the student. And what is the scheme and record of workbooks? It reflects an estimation of work with the teacher expects to do in each subject based on the number of lessons she will have during the each term. It assesses the head teachers or educational administrator to know what is being taught in the school, and it not only assists in enforcing the accountability and continuity in the schoolwork. Access the teacher adherence to the syllabus and how and when the work is done, and evaluate the teacher's competencies and efficiency. So the record of the teacher which is maintained in the form of workbook will help the administrator to know the what is work done by the particular staff on the particular day or in the particular month. These help to assess the teacher competency and capabilities and accountability and all those things. So in this way, the staff has to maintain their personal profiles, personal files. And when it comes to the record and weekly diaries, a careful kept record of work is a strong stimulus to dutiful and progressful work. So, school timetable. According to the school's timetable provided by the institution, on what time the class is going to begin, when the school opens and close, and it shows the activities to be performed by the teacher and the student. And not only that, it assists in regulating the activity of the students and staff of a particular school. It facilitates and enhance the students interest and attention and prevent the mental and physical strain. Then what is the staff time? So it provides information on when the staff report and to leave from work, so promoting the regular attendance and punctuality. This also plays a major role in maintaining the maintaining any institution. So the role of the head teacher and the school records are plays an effectiveness and efficiency of head teacher, which depends largely on the vital documents. Whatever documents we are seeing, it plays a vital role in maintaining. So our topic is administration and management. Administration is making the policy, and management is implementing the policy. These two has to go in the harmony to in order to have effectiveness. So however, the class teacher complete this task by effective discharging their duties by proper upkeep and maintain these academic records for which they have direct responsibility. So everyone have to play a major role. Everyone from day one to day end, everyone has to play a major role. Whatever policy we had made, it has to be implemented in the proper way to see the proper that effectiveness. And not only that, whether our goal, that is holistic development among the students. So statistical records. I, Today's our topic is the statistical registers, what we have maintained. So regarding the statistical, we have seen weekly registers, weekly diaries, evaluation reports, portfolios. What are the type of assessments we'll see, to which age group we have to having different domains, what type of activities we have to do for that particular domain, what are the approaches we have to follow towards learning, and what way we have to maintain in the registers that we have seen to the age level of 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 year students, and what the staff has to do, and what registers the staff has to maintain, what is the effectiveness that plays a major role in maintaining the result. These are the things we have to follow. Thank you.